What's going on, everyone? This is a video for pre-PTs who are trying to decide if they should take the current form of the GRE or the shorter GRE. That'll be coming out. So the current GRE is available until September 20th. The shorter GRE will launch on September 22nd. Now, the content is going to be exactly the same, but there is a decrease in the number of sections and the number of questions. So let's go through this. Current GRE, just under 4 hours. Shorter GRE, just under 2 hours. Me likey the shorter GRE, for sure. That's a lot better. So what did they get rid of? What's different? There's only going to be one analytical writing essay task. There's still 2 verbal and quantitative reasoning sections, but there's just fewer questions compared to the old one. And then we get rid of the unscored section and the scheduled break. The fees for both of these tests are going to be exactly the same, which is a bummer, but either way. I guess you can tell yourself if you're taking the shorter GRE, you're paying to get your time back. So the other nice thing about the current versus the shorter GRE, the shorter GRE versus the current, is you'll get your official scores released sooner. So 8 to 10 calendar days, as opposed to the 10 to 15 calendar days for the current GRE. Now, the big factor is which should I take? And they do a great job of walking you through these different arguments. For pre-PTs, the main thing that you need to consider, the number one thing you have to decide and figure out is when is the last acceptable GRE test date and when are my program application deadlines? So once you know those numbers and those are readily available, you can go to the PTCast program directory and you can look up using GRE criteria for different programs, and you can figure out if you are going to have to take the current GRE because it has an earlier deadline, or if you can wait and take the newer GRE because you have later deadlines. So other factors that you might consider, you might prefer the current GRE. This just doesn't seem like an advantage to me at all. If you prefer to sit down for 4 hours and take a test, that just doesn't seem like an advantage to me, but that's fine. And you get a break. You get a 10-minute break after you've been sitting for 4 hours. That still, this doesn't seem like an advantage, but you're comfortable with writing and you would prefer to have 2 opportunities to show your writing skills. So again, I don't see this as a huge advantage, but maybe if you're a really strong writer and you want to showcase your skills multiple times, great for you. Think that having more questions would benefit you because you have more opportunities to answer questions correctly. And there's a buffer for you to have questions that you miss and not have your grades your scores be as severely impacted. So that's fair because obviously more questions allows for more flexibility for you to still get a high score. You might prefer the shorter GRE if you feel that you'll be more at ease for only 2 hours. I would much rather prefer this, personally. If you haven't noticed already, I'm not a big fan of the current GRE, but the shorter one, we have to kind of wait and see once it comes out in September what everybody's thoughts are. So if you feel less comfortable writing, you might want to get to only have one essay section that you have to write about. And if you think that having fewer questions will actually benefit you with shorter test time, so then you can be more focused and you're not going to be as tired from reviewing as many questions. So your pacing is going to be different in these tests, but either way, you've got to come in with a game plan and with a strategy. And because the content's the same, you're still going to be taking practice tests to make sure you can master and understand that material that's covered in the test. So what do you guys think about the new GRE? What are your plans? What are your thoughts? Are you excited about it? Are you not sure when you want to take it? Go ahead and comment down below. And if you have additional questions that you would just like to ask us one-on-one, don't hesitate to reach out and shoot us a DM. Thanks so much. Hope you're having an awesome Saturday. And thank you to ETS for making this great handout that we can just go through and show you everything that's new on here. Have an awesome rest of your weekend and happy applying.